Hi, I'm Ramakrishna Reddy. In today's video, I want to share a very simple definition for what makes a great story. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you have some interest in stories and you also understand that stories are very powerful. Whether you take a movie, you take a novel, or you take a speech, for example, stories are so vital for its success. And there are many reasons for it. It helps you to connect with your audience, the audience feels entertained, and the list can go on and on. But in today's video, I want to give you a framework, a simple definition, whatever you can call, that can act as a guideline when you're creating content. So what makes a great story? A great story is when an ordinary character overcomes seemingly impossible circumstances to achieve a goal. I'll repeat that. A great story is when an ordinary character overcomes seemingly impossible circumstances to achieve a goal. That's it. If you can digest that sentence and just imbibe that whole sentence and reflect that in each step of your story creation process, you have a story right there. And when you feel that your story is lacking some zing or it is not there yet, try to reflect that sentence in your creative process. And when you do that, you're going to have an awesome story. If you think about it, or if you go watch any great movie or you read any great book, I'm sure this pattern is being followed. If this pattern is not followed, then it cannot be a great story. So I hope that you found that helpful. This is a very simple tip. I'm sure there are a lot of nuances to it, but this is more of a framework, a guideline that you can use in your story creation process. And mind you, it's not just for a ballroom speech that I come and tell an inspirational story. No, this can be used even for a business world, right? When you say you're in a client meeting and you're asked to explain why there is a delay in your project, you come up with a story, say that my developers are working so hard and some went sick or some had some complex issues. They are trying their best to overcome that, and then finally they were able to crack some portion of it, but then they're trying their best to crack the other portion of it, and these are the circumstances which is very hard for us to overcome. So these are the impossible circumstances that you're surrounding the protagonist. The protagonist or the characters are your team members. So you can always fit this framework in any situation where you want to convince the other person, right? That's all we are trying to do in our daily lives. We are trying to persuade the other person. If it's on a stage, you're trying to persuade the audience. But if it's in a meeting, you're trying to persuade your customer, or you're trying to persuade your boss, or even you're trying to persuade your team. So whoever the audience is, try to have this framework in mind where you will have to build a story where there is an ordinary character trying to overcome an seemingly impossible circumstance, right, to achieve some goal. And it not be the perfect arc here. Even if you can form a half arc, you still have a story to tell, right? So I hope you found this example and this ramblings of mine helpful, and thank you so much for your time. Please let me know in comments if you have any questions. I'll be happy to check it out and get back to you. Thank you. Bye-bye.